shakalaka. What's up, guys? Big Frizz here. We're bringing you a little something different today. We're playing NFL Blitz. Yes, the game finally came out. For the Xbox Live Arcade, PlayStation Network, and man, did I miss this game. I used to play this all the time in the arcades and Nintendo 64. It's one of my favorite sports games of all time. I put this right behind the second NFL Street 2. That was another great game that I wish they kept making, but we stopped that too. I think it has something to do with Roger Goodell trying to clean up the league. That's why they came out with that stupid ass NFL tour. One of the worst games of all time. But man, I'm so happy to see this game come back, make its resurrection from the dead. As you can see, I'm playing as the New York Giants. I love the Giants. They're my favorite team of all time. Does that even make sense? Favorite team of all time? Whatever. They're my favorite team. I root for them in real life. That's why I always pick them in video games, whether it's Madden or Blitz. And luckily in Madden, there's no team disadvantages, really. I mean, yeah, you have your little bars that say, oh, this team's defense isn't all that good, but in Madden, in Blitz, nobody's defense is that good. In Blitz, it's all about offense. It's all about scoring and making sure you score every time you get the ball. You're rarely going to get the defensive stop. So, in that aspect, clock management is important. Manipulating the clock in a way that you'll make sure you'll have the ball last, because the person that has the ball last usually wins. You rarely see blowouts. I mean, it happens, every now and then. You get a blowout, some guy gets unlucky, but you rarely see blowouts in Blitz because, it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop people unless you're that douchebag that likes to run his safety into the middle of the line. Because that's something that's sometimes really hard to play against, is that guy that runs the safety to the middle of the line and breaks. It's a broken mechanic in this game, because quarterbacks when they're running on their back foot in Blitz, they don't run as fast, even if you do use turbo. 1 and 2, when you throw the ball, there's a big wind up. It's kind of like a Tebow wind up, which is really fucks you in that regard. You can't throw the ball that fast, so. If they're running their guy to the middle of the line, it makes it hard. Because what they'll do is he'll run the guy to the middle of the line. Okay, he'll do that. And if his safety gets through, good, he gets a sack. If his safety doesn't get through, he immediately switches to another lineman, and he'll get the sack. So you gotta try and roll right, roll left, try to predict where he's coming, try to predict which player he's gonna switch to, which it really angers me. So it really does. But you can still beat that if you know how to hurdle pass really well. You'll beat that all the time. If you predict where he's coming from, rolling left or right, you'll beat him every time. But yeah, this game's about offense. It's about offense. You'll get the defensive stop here or there. But this is an offensive game for the most part. You want to score every time you get the ball. You want to manage the clock in a way so that you get the ball last. And, right here, it's third quarter, 14-13. I'm getting the good passes here, getting the good chunks of yardage. You don't want to throw short passes in this game. I mean, if you check down and all you see is, the two deep guys covered, yeah, throw the short pass. But for the most part, you don't want to get a short pass. You don't want to scramble all too often unless he's playing a deep zone. If they're playing a deep zone, yeah, you go for a scramble. But if you only get short passes, you're not going to win the game all that often because, it's 1st and 30 every time. You don't want to throw 5-yard passes every time. You're not going to do it. So, as you can see, he twirls me into the end zone, and that gives me a touchdown. Yay! God, I really wish you could just stomp on people's heads after the play. That was my favorite thing about Blitz. You can't do it in this game, and that makes me sad. Right here, I go for 2 because he tried to go for 2 last game, or he tried to go for 2 when he scored a touchdown, and he failed. So I thought if I go for 2 and I get the 2-pointer, I get I get ahead by 2 scores, which is huge in this game. This is why you don't want to go. In Blitz, you definitely don't want to go for 2 unless the occasion calls for it, because if you go for 2 and you fail, you're giving the other guy the chance to go for 2 now. Because if he goes for 2 and gets it, now he's going to be up by 2 scores. So now you need a defensive stop. Now you got to rely on a defensive stop. So right here, I'm just trying to hold him to short passes. That's my goal when I'm playing on defense, is to hold him to short passes. I'll blitz every now and then, but blitzing usually leaves everybody on a one-on-one. And on one-on-one situations, the offense should win every time, because it's just the offense is almost OP in that regard. And I don't mean OP like they should fix it or anything, because this is how Blitz plays. This is how Blitz always plays. But one-on-one, the offense should always win. So that's why I don't blitz too often. But if I do blitz, it's because I want to keep them to short passes. And if you blitz, you'll pressure them. They'll get immediately trigger happy, and they'll just throw it to whoever it is. And usually the person that they're aiming at is going to be the short pass guy. So here we go again, just trying to keep them to short passes. Right here, this is the problem sometimes when you're playing the zone, is that you give up a big run like that. You don't want to run too far back. You always want to, if you're going to play defense, instead of rushing, then you need to at least either be the guy that's in the middle of the zone, or at least always pay attention to what the quarterback's going to run. But in that situation, I couldn't do anything. I'm one-on-one with the guy, and if I leave him, he's just going to throw it to him. So here he goes. He's driving. There's nothing I can do here, so I think at some point I just let him score. Knowing when to do that, when to let them score, is huge. It's part of the clock management thing. You let them score, you calculate in your mind, okay, I got this much time to score. I could score in a minute 6. I could score, right here I'm thinking, if I could score in 20 seconds, I'm good. And if he scores, he'll probably score in like 20 seconds. So I'll still have 20 seconds to work with. But, right here, I don't want to score too fast. I want to take the clock down to 20 seconds. And I'm doing it, I'm doing it somewhat good. I'm doing short passes, which is not good. But, again, I want to keep it down. But right here, I get an amazing play. How unbelievable is that? I did not mean for that to happen. After this game, I switched to icon passing, because the pointing at somebody, making them blink, way of passing just totally wrecks you sometimes. So after that, I switched to icon passing, because that was not meant to happen. I meant to throw it to Nix first, and it threw it to Bradshaw, and then he just threw it up in the air, and I was panicking the whole time, like, what? No! This is unbelievable. And so, yeah, I score, I get the lead, but the problem is that I gave him the perfect amount of time to not only score a touchdown, but to go for 2 and get the win, which is what I do a lot. 27 seconds is a perfect amount of time. And right there, for a split second, I thought, maybe I should let him score, because then I can just run back and score it. I thought about that, but I tackled him, like, maybe I could just hold him. So basically that's the plan here. I'm going to blitz him, make him get trigger happy, and throw the short pass. That's the key right here. And right there, he tried to rush forward, which I don't know why he would do that. That's a waste of a play. So again, zone blitz here. I want to rush him. I want him to get trigger happy and throw the short pass. And I get the sack here, which is beautiful. Because now it's really looking at my odds. Because the deep pass is going to be hard on a third down. Because that's what he's going to be going for. So I call for the medium zone. And I get the pass interception, which is beautiful. Man, if you guys could really time the pass interference and the push, the shove, if you guys could really time that, it's such a good tool to have in your arsenal when it comes to blitz. And right here, I'm just running the clock out. Just want to get this win. I don't care about scoring touchdowns. I don't want to run the score up on my opponent. I don't want to give him a chance to come back and win. So I'm just running out, There's no QB kneel in this game, so you just got to run and hope that he doesn't fumble. Time to time he will, but usually they don't. And that's the end of the game. Frizz wins. That was my second online gameplay. The first one I lost to some douchebag who kept blitzing up the middle. But I'll get used to that and beat that eventually. There you go, 27 to 20. Some good stats there. Frizzy wins. Comment, like, subscribe. Please subscribe. Please, I'm begging you to subscribe, okay? Just do it already, alright? This game's awesome. You guys have a nice day. If you want more, let me know. I'm Frizzy. Peace out.